So welcome to this fourth section of SCSS tutorial. In this video, we will see how we can import an SCSS file. So what is Sass import? So Sass keeps your CSS code DRY, that means don't repeat yourself. We can create a small file with CSS snip and to include in another file. We will see how. So what is the Sass syntax of importing the file? We just need to use @import and then the file name. So we do not need to specify the file extension when importing. Sass will automatically assume that you mean to be a Sass file. So here I have just created a new file with the name underscore variable.scss. Why I have created this file name with the underscore, we will see in the next slide. Instead of my component Sass file, I have moved this variable to a separate file in the variable.scss, and wherever in the project we need to use this variable, we can just import this file. So here in this block, I have just imported the file variables, and then we can use this and then we can use the variables which are defined inside this file. So this is a Sass import. So what is Sass partials? So by default, Sass transpile all the .css file directly. So the browser can only understand the standard CSS. So Sass preprocessor convert my SCSS file to a CSS file. So by default, it will convert all the SCSS files to a CSS file. So as in the previous slide, we have created variable.sass. So we do not need to transpile my variable.sass because these are not individually used. So wherever in the project we have imported this file will automatically be transpiled in this file itself. So there is a way to tell the CSS preprocessor that we do not want to transpile this file since we have imported this file in another file. So whenever the other file will be transpiled, the code will be automatically transpiled. So Sass has a mechanism for this. So if I start a file name with underscore, Sass will not transpile it. Files named this way are called partials in Sass. This is the reason why I have appended underscore with my file name variable.sass. CSS preprocessor will ignore all the files which are started with the underscore by transpiling. So this is the Sass partial syntax. We just need to start the file name with the underscore. So at the time of importing the partial file, we can omit underscore. So let's practice Sass imports. So in the Sass variable exercise, we have created these variables inside my component, and then we have used this variable inside this file. So if I need to use this variable in another file, or these are the common variable which we need throughout the project, we cannot use this variable directly in another file. So now what I am doing, I am just creating a new file, let's say variable.sass, and then moving all the variables inside this file. So I have started the file name with underscore. Why? Because of Sass partial. So at the time of Sass transpiling the file from Sass to CSS, the CSS preprocessor will ignore all the files which are started with underscore. So what I have did, I have just moved all the variables to variable.sass, and then in my component I have imported the file variables, and then we can use these variables. So in this way my code is more organized. We have all the variables in one place. So if there is a change in any variable, we just need to go to the variable.sass file and do the modification. So as a summary, we have just created a variable.sass. So and we have moved all the variables from this file to a variable.sass, and then we have just imported my variable.sass file, and then we can use this variable which are available in my variable.sass. So in the import syntax, we can omit the underscore name from the file name. Sass will automatically understand. Also, we do not need to add the Sass file extension. The CSS preprocessor will assume that If we are importing a file, then it is going to be a Sass file. So this was the hands-on on Sass imports.